So hello everyone, I'll start with my introduction. So my full name is Piyush Shah. Uh, I am currently working with General Mills as IT business analyst, and I have overall 12 years of experience into data analytics. Uh, Minimize this. Okay, there we go. All right, so I have around 12 years of experience into data analytics, uh, providing business solution, and currently I'm into an IT role wherein we are supporting data migration initiatives, data lake initiatives. So, and overall, I have 12 years of experience. I started with TCS as a team lead into business planning and analytics. After that, I joined eClerx as associate process manager. Again, I was into same profile. Basically, we were providing reporting and analytics support to Dell marketing business. So in General Mills, I started with supply chain sourcing. I mean, my role was to basically, transform the reporting. We had an Excel-based reporting. We migrated that into Tableau, and eventually, as we, got matured into the business, we started providing recommendations, more advanced analytics to our business. So after supply chain, I moved into trade finance role, wherein my role was again to enhance the reporting and analytics capability, migrating Excel based report to more advanced BI tools. And currently I'm into very different role. I'm into core IT role, wherein I am supporting business um, in migrating their database, providing reporting and analytics solution with more advanced tools. And this is about my passion. I mean, I really like problem solving, data analytics, visualization, something which I'm very much interested. I consider myself expert in Tableau and Excel. However, I have well versed with, there are other tools that I'm well versed with, and I use most of them on day-to-day basis. This is something which is my expertise, reporting, data visualization, analytics, data architect, automation. Uh, all right. So, we are going to do a lot of talking today, and less of learning, and I think it's important because I want to set the expectation, you know, uh, so that we are very clear on what we are going to achieve, after the end of the session. So, you know, I mean, I have named this session as data visualization using Excel because the objective is not just to learn Excel, you know, the objective is to basically get well versed with Excel and then use your Excel skills to perform data analytics, perform data visualization. Now I understand that the people who have joined, and like many of you are from different background. Some of you are from, I know some of you very well. Some of you are from you know operations. Some of you are from back office, service industry. So this session is going to help everyone. Someone who is into data analytics is going to be very useful. However, someone who is into like an back office and insurance background, this session is going to help enhance their Excel skills, and then you can definitely add a value to the business that you are supporting. Okay, let me show you what so this is the profile I had created in using Excel. So this is not updated. I've not updated this, but just wanted to show you what, just an glimpse of what are we going to achieve at the end of the session. So this looks very attractive. It's very important. Data analytics is one part, and how you present your analytics is a different altogether, and both are equally important. So because you usually deal with business people who are not very technical savvy. If you just present the data, they are not going to understand anything. So it's very important that you present your data in such a way that it's easily you know, it's easily readable. It's making sense on what are we trying to portray. So this is something, is my, here I'm showing my experience. And then here, if you see, there is some fancy things I've used. When you click on the objects, the colors are changing. you know Here we have a scroll bar. If you see, I've added some my responsibilities, and we have a scroll bar here. And then we have radio buttons. It basically shows my functional and technical skills, my education. Then here I am showing my some of the projects that I worked, the automation project and the visualization project that I worked. So this is something, I had created using Tableau, I guess, a long back. I guess Tableau or Excel CS, I don't remember exactly, but yeah. Any questions so far? And does anyone has any question on, what this session is about?
No question, but I'm very interested to make this for me also.
Yeah, definitely. After end of the session, you should be able to create one for your own, and I can help you for that.
Piyush,
Yeah.
Vanshika here. I have one question. Like, you have been created this particular profile only using Excel, or you have used some kind of tool
Only
to
Excel.
create? Okay.
Only Excel. So these are the images. Here that you see are the images, but all the features that you see are in Excel. Like many people not aware of this, these features in Excel. But yeah, it's readily available. You can do, basic dashboarding using Excel. However, if someone who's want to, get career in data analytics visualization, it's a foundation. I mean, you have to start with Excel. I mean, that's my recommendation. That's how I have learned. Once you get, your basics clear, you understand how the dashboards need to be created using Excel, it becomes really easy to learn more advanced tool like Tableau, Power BI. There are more tools like TIBCO, Spotfire. Yeah. However, this is the path. You get yourself comfortable with with Excel first. Get yourself well versed with Excel, then move to the different BI tools. Okay. All right. So today we just have 40 minutes, and not because of India-Pakistan match, but because of we are using Zoom, and I learned yesterday that Zoom only allows 40 minutes of free session. Okay. So we may not be able to cover much today, but yeah, we'll try to cover some basic topics today. However, from next session onwards, I may switch to Google Meet or Microsoft Teams, so that we can cover the entire 1 hour session. Okay. I'll move to the topics that I'm going to cover. So we'll start with I know most of you have used Excel in your profile in some other way. However, I'm still going to start with very basic things, and gradually move to the advanced topics. It's we'll start with some very basic things. You may feel that it's very basic, but yeah, just bear with me. We'll definitely get into some advanced and interesting things as we move forward. So yeah, what I wanted to say. So these are the topics for basics, Excel basics. We'll move to some, see, Excel is very vast. It's very vast. There are a lot of things I still don't know. It's so vast that there are so many things in Excel that it's really not possible to understand everything. The only person who knows who has created this Excel. I don't think anyone will else know all the features of Excel. However, I have listed down the topics which are very useful as a data analytics standpoint. We'll be covering formulas, and then we'll we'll be looking upon the features and everything which are more, of uh, data analysis specific. I mean, creating dashboard creating specific, and so this is something which I have created based on my 12 years of experience. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if anyone has an intention of this, conducting this session is basically knowledge sharing. I'm not in rush. We may, I mean, I'm expecting around 5 to 6 sessions, to complete this. But then we may, if required, I'm okay to take, n number of sessions. The objective is to learn. I mean, there is no, I mean, if someone is not, comfortable and, thinks that I'm going fast, feel free to point that out, and I'll try to, because I'm not a professional trainer. I have conducted, some online session in the past, but I mean, I would say around 2 3 sessions I have conducted in the past, and I have been conducting, training sessions in my office regularly. However, I'm not experienced. So if anyone feels that I'm going too fast or too slow, you can surely let me know. Okay. And one important thing I want to share this, my intention. I mean, my intention of this conducting, I mean, is just not, uh, what is it, the teaching Excel, I mean, training. So, I mean, there is an objective behind this is, when I look back, about my career, when I, see the most challenging part for me was, identifying what needs to be done after my graduation. I, come from a middle class background, and then, my parents were not, that educated, and I was, I started with, I mean, the experience that I've highlighted in my resume, it starts from TCS, but prior to that, I had worked, in call center. I started with call center. I started with Reliance call center, domestic calls. I was taking domestic calls. Then I, joined Wipro, BPO. We used to work in night shifts. And then again, I joined UBIT. Again, it was a different profile into, payroll kind of role. All were a good learning for me, but it was like I wasn't, I was very confused what needs to be done. So the reason I'm conducting, the main objective of this, conducting is, sharing knowledge and guiding people. So some people are very fortunate to have very educated parents, who can really, lay down a very good career path for the children immediately when they are born. Okay. But like I would believe, 60-70% of Indian, like we are still struggling, when they pass out, when they graduate, they don't know what needs to be done. They end up taking call center job, and initially they may feel that the pay is really good, but eventually they will struggle. They end up staying in a company of call center profile, say 5 to 6 years. They may definitely struggle to get good opportunity in future. So I'm up for the guidance. If anyone is looking for guidance, you can definitely reach out to me. Do not hesitate. You all have my contact number. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp. You can just email me, or you can call me anytime. Uh, I'll definitely, if I'm busy, I may not, attend immediately, but I'll surely reach out. Okay. Any questions, on the topics or anything else you want to? So before we start the actual training session, does anyone has any questions? I see something in chat here. So someone is not able to. Okay, I think others are able to hear. I think there is some problem at your end. It's not able to hear anyways. No problem. All right. Let's start our training. Yeah. So for this training, the data that I'm going to use, I mean, the raw data that I'm going to use is, it's a sales data. It basically comes with Tableau when you install Tableau software in your machine. they provide you some sample data to play around, so that you can play and then you can just try building dashboards of it. So this is the same data that we are going to use. It's a sales data. It has some customer specific dimensions, and then it has some product categories. So it has this. So I assume it is an like furniture store, something, office supplies, kind of a like maybe Walmart kind of. All right. So yeah. So we have. So very important thing to look into the data is whether we have what are the hierarchy available. Okay. Every data that you will work will have a hierarchy, so that you can provide business insights. So we have customer hierarchy here. So we have customer ID, customer name, segment, country, city, state. Okay. So this will be a part of a customer family, all the customer family. And we have more drill down, that is postal code, region. And starting from category is called product hierarchy. Okay, we have category, we have product name here. It may go down to SKU number, uh, but for with this data set, we have two product hierarchy. That is three product hierarchy. That is category, subcategory, and product name. Okay, so all these fields are called dimensions. I mean, in reporting world, these are called dimensions, and basically the fields which you cannot calculate, okay, are called dimensions, and the ones you can calculate are called measures. So we have sales, quantity, discount, and profit. Okay, so these are the measures. Now navigation and views, just I'm assuming everyone is familiar with the Excel. I mean, so we just have some important feature here. You can change the fonts, you can give borders and everything. I'll not go deep into it. This is something which you can explore on your own. But yeah, we have, but we'll definitely touch base on some of the important, that is conditional formatting. Uh, we'll see some of the feature, text to column, data validation is very important. We are going to see. Okay, remove duplicates and all those different, definitely. But I will definitely encourage you to try to figure out this on your own. So we have charts here. We are definitely going to play with this part here. We'll see how different kinds of charts needs to be created. And then formula, yeah, this is not something which but name range, yeah, again this is important. We'll see some very good example to make use of name range. What is name range? Then get data we are not using. So this feature is basically if you want to connect your database with external data. I mean, your data connect your Excel with external database like MS Access or SQL. So Microsoft Excel does provide this a feature. So there are a lot of feature now. As Excel has evolved, it has come up with a lot of more options now. It connects with Azure and all those things. We are not going to cover all those things, but yeah, I may in future I may come up with a session wherein we can use some of the connections. But for this training, it is out of scope. Okay, so yeah, we'll see sort, filter, and what if analysis I am planning to cover, but not something from this. There is a what if analysis in a business sense. We are going to cover one scenario, and then group ungroup. Not sure if I have added. Yeah, this is something. Yeah, we may cover. I'll try to find an example to see if we can cover this. All right. Let's start with a very basic thing, that is moving, copying, and inserting sheet. Okay, so it's very simple. All you have to do is if you want to insert a sheet, it's right click, you just insert a sheet. Okay, and you click OK, and the sheet is created. If you want to delete it, just delete the sheets. Okay. Now copying the sheet. Okay. When you right click, there is an option called move or copy. Okay. So move, you click here, you select this, it will create a copy of this, and it will create a copy and it will insert it in your same workbook. Okay. So this entire view that you're seeing is called workbook. Okay. And you can save this entire workbook with a name in your local machine or SharePoint or whatever. Okay. And here the tabs that you see are worksheets. Okay. So there may be, I mean, n number of worksheets. Maybe there is a limitation, but I don't know. I mean, but there you can, I will assume there is an n number of sheets you can create in one workbook. Okay. Okay. I'll delete this for now. You can also move your worksheets, but just clicking and dragging it. Okay. Want to move it after or before. Okay. Now, if you want to copy your sheet into a different workbook. Okay. Now, if you want to create a new workbook or any of your existing workbook which is open, okay, in the background, you can do that. Let's say visual resume. I will create a copy. Now, when you do, if you don't click this, oh my god, it's getting in 10 minutes. Okay. So yeah, if you do not click this, it will remove your remove the sheet from your main workbook, and it will insert your worksheet in a target work. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So now, okay, it's it has inserted. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've got a new laptop. I'm still getting accustomed to it. Some reason I'm not able to see the book, but you got the point, right? When you, so basically, if you want to keep this worksheet in the same workbook as well as copy into your some other workbook, you create this and then you select the workbook in which you want to copy. Let's try this dashboard example. Okay. So yeah, so here I have copied this workbook. Okay. And it is as well as it's there in my main workbook that I'm currently working on. So anyone? Yeah. So I think we may not get much time to cover topics today because as I said, it's 40 minutes, and then I just will try to cover this data validation. We need to go with the filtering. Okay, sorting the data. We'll start with the sorting the data. Now, you have the data. I mean, but you want to sort the data in such a way that it starts like it makes some sense. Let's say I want to sort my data by segment. I want I select the entire data. There is a sort option, and then there is segment. Okay. By default, it will select A to Z. I click OK. Now, if you see, all the data is sorted, based on the segment. Okay. Again, a very simple thing. However, there is a, this may get some complex because if you have a multiple, if you have a requirement, I think let's do one thing. If you are, I think we'll suppose if this session ends in 5 minutes, let's try to rejoin the session and try to cover, because I wanted to cover some, at least these things, today. Okay, let's do that. Let's see if that is feasible. If not, if we if I figure out no one was able to join or I was not able to join, we'll keep the topics for next session. Okay, I do not want to rush things, but I want to ensure that time is utilized correctly. Okay, the sorting is like single level sorting is very easy. I mean, it's just now what I want to do, I want to add one more level of sort. Okay, let's say it should set at first level, it should sort the data based on segment. At second level, it should sort the data, let's say by city. Now what is it is doing is like at first level it has sorted by segment, and second level it has sorted uh, by city. Now the cells that you see, it is sorted accordingly. At first level it is showing segment wise and then the city wise. Okay, now let's take some good example. Let's say if I sort this by region. So now you see central, the data is sorted through by region. Okay, the sales that you are seeing is by region. Now let's say, okay, 1 minute, let me. So when you select sales, since it's a measure, it will show smallest to largest. I'll want largest to smallest. Okay. Let's delete first one. Okay. Okay. So now what it is doing, it is sorting the data based on sales only. Okay. It is giving giving the line item which has the maximum sales. However, if I want to add multiple level, like let's say if I want to add a region. Okay, now you see that even though 25 is not the highest, it is on the top, because at first level what we have defined is region. So it will first sort the data by region, and then it will go to sales. Okay, and everyone clear? I mean, it's a simple thing, but sometimes it may get confusing as you have more level of sorting option available. So there are again n number of sorting you can use if you want to add more level, let's say subcategory, okay, to Z. Then and now if you see the sales that is key is 1.39. Ideally it should show 221 because it has the highest sales. However, since we have applied a different level of sorting, it is sorting the data accordingly. Region, sub. Any questions so far? Not sure what will happen after 40 minutes. I'm using it for the first time. Remaining time is 3 minutes. So let's do one thing, guys. I mean, we also have India-Pakistan match. Let's end up the session here. Okay, we just have 3 minutes. I wanted to cover, dashboard example. Okay, so this is a dashboard example, which we are going to learn. I mean, so you see, how basically we, resolve business questions. This is something very basic that we are going to cover. However, we'll also see some of the form controls. You see, so basically, how it works in data analytics is, you have a business questions, and business will give you questions, and then you need to answer. Okay, so we'll take some real use cases and we'll try to build a very interactive dashboard, out of it. So here so this is the same data that I've used. You see what is the difference. I mean, the data that we have in such a raw format, and we have converted this data into such a beautiful dashboard, so that it is very easy for business people to interpret and get insights, so that they can make business decisions. Okay, we have region here. Then here we have. So this everything is done in Excel, and on here we have used a scroll bar. When you scroll, you see that it may appear that the bar is moving, but these are tricks. These are optical illusion, I would say. It's actually bars are not moving, but there is something which is happening in the background. Which I'm sure you will be very excited to learn. Any questions? We just have 1 minute left. I know we are not able to cover much.
No questions.
I'm sure we are not able to cover much, but yeah, I promise that next session onwards is going to be very productive in terms of topics and everything. But do reach out to me. I mean, if you want to learn anything specific, or if I feel that it is something that need to be important and should be included in the agenda, I'll surely do that.
Push, one more thing I have to tell you. Next time you please do Google Meet. That will be easy for everyone.
Yeah. That's what the plan. I wasn't aware that that Zoom is just 40 minutes. I'll definitely. I'm still exploring Google Meet. So once I complete my POC, I'll definitely